What is up, YouTubers, gamers, and hobbyists? Welcome to Chill with Pete, the coffee break catch-up series where I let you know about what's been going on with me for the week. However, this time I think it's about 3 weeks worth since I did a proper catch-up. Now, I've just filmed an On the Bench episode, which I'm hoping it's Friday today. I finished work this week. It's Friday today. I'm hoping I'll be able to get it up for next Friday. I'm hoping, or maybe sooner. As soon as I can, anyway. However, this video will probably be up before then, so it's really catching you up on stuff. Because I mean, not everybody wants to do the paint along videos. Some people just like tuning in for a coffee break. I've got my coffee. I'm using an Americano decaffeinated today, so I thought that'd be a change. Let's pop that one down there for a minute. It'd be far too hot right now. I've just filmed an hour of hobby time. I was hoping to get some stuff off the bench, but I think that was wishful thinking, really. I haven't got that many figures on the bench, or that many minis on the bench. I've got 3 little scattered terrain pieces to do, about yay big. I've got 3... role-playing figures to do. I've got a halfling, an elf, well, 2 elves actually, a halfling wizard, an elven ranger, and an elven wizard. So I've got 3 role-playing, fantasy role-playing figures to do, and I've got 10 figures to complete for my Alien RPG games that I want to be doing. I've got 4 colonial marines, female colonial marines, and they're looking pretty good, if I do say so myself. I think they're looking pretty spot on, actually. And yeah, that's it. But a lot of that will be is batch painting, even though they're kind of different, if you know what I mean. Like, they don't all have guns, but some of them do, so it's kind of a batch painting. They've all got shirts, so I'll be all painting that, and the bases and all that good stuff. But anyway, so that's the thing. That's good. I can't remember the last time I painted some Warhammer stuff though, but so I'm itching to do some Warhammer stuff. I was thinking, I don't know, I was just toying with the idea of opening this box here from my retirement shelf. As you know, I want to do a Fall of Cadia. Excuse me. A Fall of Cadia gaming setup at some point, and this will go a long way to setting myself up for the bad guys. The chaos, the Khorne. I've got Abaddon as well. I could do him. I mean, do I do a set like this, or do I do a character, or do I put this to one side and see if I can do some bolt action? Because I'm itching to do some of that as well. Some tanks and things. I really am. I love the Warlord Games tank models. I know you can get them from different manufacturers and use them in bolt action, but I do like the Warlord Games ones. They remind me a little bit of Games Workshop years ago, how their sprues and that were kind of excuse me, how they were laid out and how they felt when you cut them with the clippers, and that the feel of it. Just reminiscent of that. And I've recently bought myself some more plastic cement. I've got the Finn stuff, the Tamiya Finn, which is awesome. but I need something like substantial for like big things, because I've got a lot of vehicles to build as well, and I'm not intending to try and get through all my miniatures, you know, painted, built, and whatever else. I just fancy doing stuff, and that's what I like. I've got the choice. I've got so much choice right now, and I'm just blessed right now. I've got box sets around me that I haven't even opened yet. That came with me from the move. Oh, and I've just seen that I've got a Mini Cooper model that I picked up in a charity shop that I just wouldn't mind building. I only paid £2 or £3 for it. £2 or £3, I think it was. Something like that. And I thought, wow, it's a no-brainer. Just, it's a model kit. I'll buy it. You know, it's just like that. Excuse me. Oh, apologies for the yawning. Combination of tiredness, MS, and my recent accident. Yeah, so let's talk about that elephant in the room, shall we? Yeah. So I fell down the stairs. That's what I did. I fell down the stairs. My legs gave out, and I slipped halfway down the spiral staircase. Hit the steps 4 times on the way down, on my back. To cut a long story short, thought I'd broken something. I thought, when I did it, I thought I've broken my hip. Because the pain, the searing, shooting pain in my hip, it's just red hot. I thought I'd broken my hip, right? So, again, cutting a long story short, when I was able to be stood upright, and I say be stood upright because I couldn't do it myself, eventually, I had to test, right, whether I could sustain my weight on one leg on both sides. To my surprise, I could, which said to me, "I haven't broken your hip, Pete." Moving on in time, had a doctor call around for a home visit. He actually came in here in this room, in this hobby room. Actually, he was kind of nearly where you are now stood. He sat on a chair. He's looking around, going, "Wow, this, this is some hobby you've got." He's like, "Yeah, it is, right." But anyway, he checked me out. Can I, see how you move? Can I press a few places on you and on your back and all the rest of it? Feeling on my back, does this hurt? No, he got me to try and walk towards him. He did the same test I did. Can I stand on one foot? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, hip's not broken. Great. There is, however, a problem with your back. Your fourth and fifth vertebrae, actually. So, alright, okay. He said, well, I can't rule out fracture. And that's the moment I thought, oh, I didn't even consider that, breaking my back. So I hit kind of my kidney area, so it was a bit further up. I'm like, oh my God, if I've broken my back, that could be life-changing, right? And I was like, I don't know, wow. But then, to cut a long story short, again, he said, you've got to go to hospital. You need x-rays. So I did. I got x-rays. Thankfully, no obvious fractures, right? No obvious fractures. And I'm like, yes. It made the 8-hour wait worth it. Because that's how long I was. Yeah, 8, 9. Yeah, well, I arrived at the hospital at 3 o'clock. It was about 8 hours all told to get the stuff done. I had 2 shots of morphine because the pain was incredible. it was like 2:45, 3:45 in the morning. I think it was 3:45 in the morning by the time I would say going to bed, but I couldn't go to bed. Bedtime. Got back home and bedtime. And it's this very chair actually that I'm sat in now. I tried to sit in this because I couldn't get into bed. There's no way I could do it. No way. And it wasn't working. It's just too painful, right? And in the end, I wheeled it back in here. Well, I didn't. I was in no state to be able to do that. I had it wheeled back in here, and I sat in the chair, my head on the desk, onto 2 pillows, and loads of blankets over me. It's the only way I could remotely approach something like sleep. I did manage to get a couple hours, I think, during that night. Had the rest of the week off work, of course. It happened on the Monday. I had the rest of the week off. I was off Monday anyway, but I said, I can't do it. I've got to go to hospital. So I had the rest of the week off. I could have done with the following week off as well, but no, I just thought, no, let's try. I wanted to push myself. People think I'm crazy, but the advice I was given was strange because it contradicts itself. You need to rest and you need to keep moving. That kind of one cancels out the other, doesn't it? But yeah, so you got to rest, but you've also got to keep moving too. So you kind of got to push myself a little bit each day. Don't just stay stuck in my comfort zone. Oh, what I was told was, else you're going to fuse yourself into that comfort zone and not be able to escape it anymore. That'll be your boundaries of limitation of movement. So try to walk a bit each day. Try to walk a bit further the next day. Try to put your shoes on yourself. Try to do this, try to that. Don't do anything that's going to put yourself back in terms of injury. But you got to just push yourself a little bit. So what I've been doing is rationing myself with my painkillers, because these are, off the chart awesome painkillers I'm on. Without them I wouldn't be able to sit here now, do this. I'm going to gesticulate like this and talk to you, and because I couldn't even breathe in properly when I did it. It took my breath away. I'm just going to have a sip of coffee a minute. It's nice to sit here. Nice to sit here and chew the fat with you guys in my hobby room. And this is my therapy. I've always said this hobby of mine is my therapy, right? Just being around it is therapeutic. I just love being around it, right? And back when I had COVID and I felt like crap, thought I was going to die, when I was eventually able to make it out to my outside studio, because my studio was outside back then, remember, separate building, I still wasn't able to do anything. It was all I could do to get out there, but I made myself go out there on a daily basis, and I would just sit in this chair and just sit and sort of soak in the hobby atmosphere of what I used to do. I had no mojo, no energy to do the hobby of any description. I just couldn't do it. Felt like crap. Just couldn't do it. But it helped me just by being around it. And I'm being around it now, and it's helping me in a different way now, because this is a more physical ailment I have now, a physical injury to my back. I can walk short distances now, and I do mean short. with a stick. Because I've got to watch my balancing. I'm so fortunate that around here where I live now is very flat. If I was still living in Plymouth, I'd be housebound. I would. It's a fact, because I lived on a hill, right? There's no way. There's a hill to go up to my local shop and a hill to go down to anywhere else. And there was really nothing around me that I could walk for. Nothing. Whereas here, there's so much I can walk around. I do so much more. Well, I did do so much more walking here than I ever did in Plymouth, ever. And it's odd, isn't it? You know, so yeah, I forget where I was going with that now. Do forgive me. That happens to me. That's a thing. It's a thing with MS. Start talking about something, you forget where your thread is, and you kind of go off on a tangent and then forget what you was talking about in the first place. So apologies for that. Yeah, I know I was talking about being sat around my hobby and just being able to do this. And I'm fortunate now. My hobby room is in the home, in the house. It's an awesome room. I love it. You know, it's just fantastic. I don't need to go miles. And I decided. I made a decision not long ago to change the output of my channel focus. I want to be a solo tabletop gamer and role player for the channel now. It's not to say I won't play games with people outside of YouTube, but for my YouTube channel, this is going to be a solo thing now. It's a solo endeavor. I've got so much stuff for solo role playing now. It's unbelievable, and there's so much more I can get. I've got more on the way. The tools for solo playing is just phenomenal now. It's incredible. And I've said before, what I love about role playing solo, at least, I can do it when I want for as long as I want. I don't have to organise anybody's time. I don't have to make sure all the players get along and they're all okay with each other and they're okay with me. And nah, it's just me, and that's it. Do it for as long as I want, and that's it. Yes, of course, the dynamics are different. It's different. It's different. Yeah, it's a totally different ball game. But it's a different beast. Let's just say that. But it's a good one, you know. It's a good way of doing it. When you role play around a table with a group of people, or online with a group of people, you know, your story is being told live there. It's like a live performance of a play almost. Whereas when you're solo role playing, you kind of have to document it to a certain degree. And that's how you play. Well, how I play it, how I get the meat and potato of the game. Bullet point your scenes and where you are, where you're going. Excuse me. Some more coffee coming up. It's decaf, so it's not keeping me awake. Plus the medication I'm on can make you drowsy. Well, it makes me drowsy anyway. It makes me feel tired. So yeah, that's the thing. As I said, I've just filmed it on the bench and it was really good. It was really successful. But my goodness, the rain was just battering the window. I mean, you wouldn't have heard it on this microphone, but God, it was really, really loud. Yeah, really, really loud. That was fun. Because before, back in Plymouth, if that was the case, and it was the case on many an occasion, I'd be sat in there listening to the rain batter the studio, and because we were so high up, the winds as well. I'd be like, I've got to go out in this in a minute and get back down the steps to the house. Not very far, but I had to go down steps, and there was no lighting and whatever else. When I was here, I just pack up. Well, I walk into the bedroom and I can go to bed. I'm able to get in bed now, and I can lay on my back, and that's about it. Can't turn over or anything. But I'm getting there. I'm getting a little bit better each day, and I've completed my first week back at work since the accident. And that I was trying, but I did it. And I'm glad I did it now. I am, because that push was what I needed to get me back into the real world, so to speak. Right, moving on to another topic. Oh, Zombicide 2nd edition. I'm ready to begin playing with that. I'm excited for that. Might have a play around with it tomorrow, actually, if I can. Depends on the time. But yeah, I'll have a little playthrough of some of that. And if that goes well, who knows, might be able to film some of that. And because I used to really enjoy filming that. It was a lot of fun. I was able to do it on just the one camera, without a external microphone attachment. I just used the microphone on the camera, because you're holding it right next to your mouth, right? It worked. I found it worked anyway. So yeah, but we'll see how that goes. What else? Went shopping yesterday. I actually went shopping. So I'm getting out. See, this is part of me pushing myself, you see. And I was able to use the shopping trolley to lean on, to kind of try and walk around a bit. Yeah, it was alright. It worked quite well. I feel it was okay. We've picked up a couple of Christmassy bits. Because it's only 5 weeks now to Christmas. And I was like, well, really? When did that happen? But yeah, it's only 5 weeks to Christmas. And so we've got a Christmas cake, which I know I love Christmas cake. I absolutely love it. That fruit cake, it is phenomenal. When I was a kid, I loved it so much. I used to beg my mum to make me that for my birthday cakes. I had that as a birthday cake, I just loved it. But we always had Christmas cake as well at Christmas. So, I mean, my birthday's in March. So I kind of had 2 Christmas cakes a year, It was great. The first time I encountered it was my sister's wedding, when I was about 5 years old at the time. First time I ever encountered it. Christmas cake. I was like, whoa, what is this? This is incredible. All the icing and marzipan and the fruit. Yeah, I'll have some of that, please. Thank you very much. So, yeah, that became a thing for me. And I like that my mum used to decorate the Christmas cakes, and with Father Christmas and snowmen and sleds going through the snow and all sorts of things used to do. It was really, really good. I loved it. I quite like mince pies. I haven't got any yet, but I don't like too many of them. Do you know what I mean? Don't mind the odd one here and there. But anyway, I digress. Picked up a couple of Christmas presents for other people, which is good. We've got to get our hands on some Christmas wrapping paper. Haven't got any yet, so we need to do that. And yeah, I think that's about it, really. Oh, whilst I've been incapacitated, Mrs. Minnie Warzone has been going up to the Orchard car park and feeding the stray cat. I call him Sandy. I've heard people call him different names. I've heard him called Charlie, Monty, Trooper, but I call him Sandy. That's what I call him. He comes when I call him anyway. I mean, he knows the time of day more or less when I'll be going out with food. Yeah, so when I was incapacitated, Mrs. Minnie Warzone was going up and feeding him for me, because she knows I worry about him, and she worries about him too. I mean, we've got our own cat here, and he's lovely. It's just that I worry about him because, I know he's a free spirit, and he's been around a long time by all accounts. So he's, quite self-sufficient. It's just that, you worry about them, don't you? You say they haven't got anyone to look out for them, but he has. He's got quite a lot of people looking out for him. But it's like, I always say to him, make sure you get somewhere warm and dry now if you can, because rains are coming. If it's absolutely hammering down with rain, you go up there, he won't be there, you won't find him, and that's a good thing. I'm always glad about that. Although I have fed him in the rain before, but yeah, by and large he tends to go and find somewhere, probably someone's garden shed or something, I should imagine. Anyway, I was able to do a couple of unboxings whilst I was incapacitated. That was good. Enjoyed those. I've got more unboxings to do, and excited about that. And this is still unboxings from stuff I brought with me from Plymouth to here to Seaton, right? And it's 11 months I've been here. 11 months, nearly a year, and I've still got stuff that I haven't unwrapped yet. Still sorting stuff out, still sorting my routine, still working on my retirement, because I'm going to retire here and it's going to be awesome, and then I'll have all the time in the world. Oh yeah, I've got this plan. Do you want to hear my plan? I'm going to retire. I am going to win big. I'm going to win millions, and I'm going to buy myself a Mark II Jaguar, because I love the Mark II Jag, the old Inspector Morse one, and I'm going to get a nice garage to keep it in as well, and I'm going to get it maintained and serviced, and that. I'll clean it, because that'll be part of my hobby, and I will take it out every now and again for things like picnics and things like that. But my plan is to have a little road trip to Warhammer World in it. There you go. How's that for a manifestation? Gonna take a road trip to Warhammer World in my Jaguar Mark II, because it's gonna be a nice, comfortable drive. I'll get an automatic, so I just can't be bothered with changing gears now. I just want the comfort now. That's what I want, and yeah, that's my plan. Go to Warhammer World, have a good time, get inspired. That's my dream. That's my dream. You've got to have a dream, right? Yeah, you've got to. Getting these paints here was, and I never thought I was ever going to get them here. So many companies said, "Oh, they got to be all individually wrapped, 'cause paint, we can't take it." But in the end, I got this guy said, "Oh yeah, just tape up the tray so it don't fall out, and I'll take it as is." Yeah, he didn't care. He just did it, and I'm so grateful for that. Yeah. Yeah. not much else I can say for these past 3 weeks. I don't think I've missed anything out. On the bathroom is I'm enjoying that. We had that done just in the nick of time for my accident, because there is no way I would have been able to get in and out of the bath to shower, because it was a shower over a bath. No way I would have been able to do that. So we had that done just in the nick of time. Yeah, it's see, all these things I'm just so grateful for. I'm just super, super grateful. So we've been really, really fortunate. I'm loving my life here. I absolutely... Do you know, I was talking to my boss today, like a one-to-one thing, and she said, you know, I've noticed a big difference in you since you've moved to Seaton. She said you smile with your voice whenever you talk about Seaton. You can hear the smile in your voice, and I'm like, yeah, because I'm living my dream. It's fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And thank you for joining me on this little catch up. I appreciate it. I mean, I can't see you, of course, but I know you're there, some of you, and that means the world to me. It's nice to have you along. It really is. I know I say it a lot, but there's going to be more. There's going to be more videos coming. There's going to be more Patreon stuff coming. The Patreon videos. Going to be some, you know, behind the scenes stuff. I'm trying to. It's just where to begin with that. Where do I begin with behind the scenes? I suppose next one could be. Well, I'll do a little tour of my hobby room for the main channel. I will do that. But random stuff. There's so much behind the scenes stuff I could do. I mean, going up to the car park, you know, show you where it is, and where I could show you feeding Sandy. I could show you how close my local gaming store is. I could take you on a trip round, call it a pub crawl, if you will. But, you know, just travel around to each pub, show you it, moving on to the next one. Could do that. Down to the seaside, down to the tram, up to the wetlands. I've got to do that again, because it's almost a year since I've been there. Because you've got all the wildlife there and everything. It's just great, and I loved it. See, last time we went to the wetlands, which was also the first time we went there since it's been in the wetlands, was Boxing Day. I think it was Boxing Day last year. Don't think it was Christmas Day. I'm pretty sure it was Boxing Day. I'll ask my wife tomorrow if she can remember. She'll remember. But yeah, and it was beautiful. It was cold and crisp, but you know, it just felt good. It was quite sunny, as I recall, but cold. Yeah, really, really good. Having the good time of my life. So we've nearly experienced a whole year here now. We've got the Christmas carnival coming up soon, which will be good. I don't remember too much about that as a kid. I remember the main carnival. It was phenomenal. I've still got to do that video. I know I've still got to do the video. It's just a voiceover with pictures, but there's a lot of pictures, and I will get around to it. I promise, because I want to show you that. Because we've had the carnival, we've had Halloween. Was sadly a bit of a washout this year due to the rain. It just poured, it hammered down with rain, which is a shame because it stopped people going around. We had a load of sweets in ready as well, so now we've got them in jars, for guests and things. But so it was a little disappointing. We was kind of hoping to see some people in costume and because they go in for it in quite a big way around here. It's just, it was weather bound, I mean, I don't just mean the rain. It was literally a downpour. It was torrential. It really was torrential. I'm going to check how long we've been going now, because I feel I've been rattling on for a while now. 35 minutes. Well, I suppose I should wrap this up in a moment then. Not that they have to be a certain length. Usually, time it takes me to drink this, but it's taking me a long time because I'm yammering on. So let me finish this. But yeah, it's been awesome. Thank you so much for joining me on this chill. It was a bit of a longer chill, but then it's been a bit longer and a lot has happened. So much has happened. Yeah. Well, I guess I'll see you guys. I always, when I get to the end of a video, it's like I don't like saying goodbye almost, because I'm like, no, it's over. But there'll be another video. I'm going to make another videos sometime. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see how tomorrow goes. I don't know. Doubt it'll be tonight, but we'll see. Thanks ever so much for joining me on this episode of Chill with Pete. You guys are awesome. Thank you. I'm grateful for each and every one of you. You have yourselves a great rest of your day or night, and I'll see you in another video. Bye for now, folks. Bye bye.